names at a time. If you can line up and give your remarks. Starting out with Bill Kezar, I believe this, followed by Robert.
Ayes. This is for the enforcement of our immigration laws. The United States of America is a sovereign nation, and it will remain so. The illegal aliens, including anchor babies, have zero right to be in this country. Many American citizens have been killed by these unwanted and unwelcome invaders. The Iowa college student, the unfortunate Molly Tibbetts, is just one of many thousands of American citizens murdered by these people. It is well past the time for American laws to be respected and enforced. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Robert Hibbinston, followed by Betty Robinson.
We can have Betty
followed
Robinson
by,
go first.
Willis, I can't read the first name. John Willis.
I'm cutting in line.
Oh, okay.
My name is Betty Robinson. I'm here to express my support for ICE and Sheriff McDonald. First, I want to send out my best wishes for speedy and full recoveries for the 2 deputy sheriffs who were shot yesterday.
Yes.
The DOJ reports that 1 out of 5 individuals in federal prisons is an illegal alien. The DOJ, illegal alien crime statistics from the state of Texas alone over the past 17 years show that well over 500,000 offenses were committed, including 1,351 homicides. Former ICE Director Thomas Hogan has stated that 9 out of 10 illegal immigrants arrested have previous criminal records. AG Jeff Sessions has said, quote, "The illegal immigrant crime rate in this country should be 0. Every crime committed by an illegal alien is, by definition, a crime that should have been prevented. It is an outrage that tens of thousands of Americans are dying every year because of the drugs and the violence brought over our borders illegally," unquote. The number of illegal alien border crossings has steadily increased. One of the main reasons is probably sanctuary policies. They attract illegal aliens and those policies are guilty of aiding and abetting criminals. I know there are some 800 crimes for which a criminal alien can be referred to ICE, but many criminal aliens released after 1 or more DUIs, which is not on the designated list, go on to commit more crimes, including murder. Since the Trust Act, local law enforcement does not enforce immigration laws. We need ICE to protect us from illegal alien criminals. ICE does so much more than only retrieving released criminal aliens. They also investigate crimes related to smuggling and trafficking of people, goods, drugs, arms, cultural artifacts, and cash. And they apprehend those criminals. ICE is also involved in counterterrorism measures and so much more. We need ICE to protect us from illegal alien criminals. Thank you.
Ms. Robinson, I want to thank you for mentioning the fact that there were 2 sheriff's deputies who were shot. My understanding is that one of them was released from the hospital and was well enough to go home. And we obviously have a lot of concern about their well-being. So thank you for mentioning that.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yes, thank you.
Robert Wilson, followed by Ralph Razzo, followed by Greg Allen.
Yes, good evening. I'd just like to thank you for letting us speak tonight, but I'd like to thank the Sheriff's Department. I know it's a thankless job. I mean, everyone's on you. You're either too heavy-handed, not heavy-handed enough. Oh, I was only going 85 in a 35-mile-an-hour zone. You just can't win. We know it. We appreciate your hard work. And I'm sure the guys in the offices are catching it too, not just the street patrolmen. So here I am to support you guys. Thank you so much. God bless your injured officers and their families. We don't ever want to see your officers injured. As far as I'm concerned, the more the merrier. They could have ICE parading up and down my street all day long. Sheriffs, I take my grandkids to the park. Yeah, sheriffs are driving by, great. We're all safe, everything's going to be great. On the way out here tonight, I heard a statistic that 1 in 5 prisoners in the United States is actually here illegally. So we must have ICE communicate with you, right, sir? I mean, I don't know why this group thinks they should have a separate set of laws, that they just get kicked out where everyone else is held to account. But this group, for some reason, just can do whatever the heck they want. I don't understand it. I tried to speak to some gentlemen out here that are against ICE out there, and the only thing I could get from them is they don't need to follow our laws because they were here first or something. And I explained to them, well, everyone came from somewhere else. We all should live together here. We have a set of laws. I'm willing to follow them. Why isn't everyone else? What's the problem with ICE? I mean, they're not driving around pulling moms over. You guys wouldn't have enough room to store them. I mean, it's ridiculous. We are only concerned about criminal, illegal aliens. People that are continuing to cause more lawlessness. I want to be safe. I want my kids to be safe. I want my grandkids to be safe. More ICE, more sheriffs. Please, thank you so much for all your hard work, gentlemen and ladies.
Good
Ralph
job.
Russell, followed by Greg.
Hello,
Alan,
I'm
Robert
Ralph
Lawson.
Russell.
Go ahead.
Ralph Russell, I'd like to thank you for having me. I'm going to keep it short, I wrote down a couple of things I just want to say.
You know what, I think we can hear you if you step back just a little bit.
Trying to speak loud.
No, that's great.
Okay, my grandma was an immigrant. She worked 45 years for a company in Los Angeles, a tortilla company. She had two or three children, and 3 of them are sheriffs now. And now my cousins are sheriffs. So a lot of illegals, they say that they're also here to do a job. There's millions and millions of stories that are not heard by the law-abiding illegal aliens, and I'm here for them to speak to all you, to tell you that they're here too, you know, and their voices are not as open and as spoke out as these people because they're not, I don't know, they live in fear, you know. Also with ICE, they've been proven to not work under or operate under the federal law. You know, they've been proven that they do other things. They put on other jackets, sheriff department jackets that they're not proven that they're sheriffs. Also, just another tactic of racial profiling. That's what I don't want in our community. I live very close. I live in Hacienda Heights. My sons, I have a 23-year-old son. He works for the gas company. I have another 21-year-old son. We don't need racial profiling in our communities. That's mainly what I'm here for. You know, thank you guys for your services. Thank you for just for the job that you guys are doing. And I don't think you guys need an overload with ICE coming and corrupting anything else. That's my opinion. Thank you guys for having me here tonight.
Next to Greg Allen, followed by Robert Lawson, followed by Bon Beck.
Hello, my name's Greg Allen. First of all, I trust my sheriffs, I trust the police, and I trust their management and their leaders, and I trust the teachings that we make them go through to become qualified officers, whether they're sheriffs or police. I have a couple of concerns for illegal, undocumented criminals in my jail system. I want to know if we're keeping track after we let them loose because of the new bail system where they get to go loose without costing any money. How many are coming back for their court appearances? You've got them in the jail system and then they don't show up for their court appearance. I'd like to have that information be tracked because you've got them at first, they got to show up for their bail, for their court appearance, and then they don't show. I'd like you to keep track of that. Anyway, also, I think an illegal alien who's undocumented shouldn't have any position on any boards or commissions. We have a new law, SB 174, that allows illegal aliens on boards or commissions. I think this is outrageous. I want the Sheriff's Department to go further. If they, I want them to adopt a philosophy, if they see something wrong, that they act on it and report it. I want you to report things to ICE if you see something wrong. You pull somebody over, you have suspicions. If you have a suspicion, that's what we got you there to do. You're our first line of defense. You are our protection. We want you to protect us. I want you to be aware that Pomona has graduated to the second most violent city in the state. That happened on your watch, gentlemen. That happened on your watch. Now I want these people in Pomona to be picked up and sent and kicked out of my country that are committing criminal crimes. And I want you guys to be more aggressive in when you stop somebody and you talk to them about status. If they can't prove status, I think you guys see something, maybe you need to move it up to the ICE department, give them a call. I want all the sheriff's phones to have ICE on speed dial. So when they run into somebody that they are wondering how they got here or how they can talk to them, they need to call an interpreter. If they admit that they're here illegally, gentlemen, make that speed dial call for us and protect us, because that's the main thing you're supposed to do here, is protect the citizens in this state. The way you're not protecting the citizens in this state is when you have Pomona scoop up to the second most dangerous city in our state. Now, how come all you guys gotta stop that? I want to see that trend go back down, all right? Civilian Oversight Committee.
Excuse me, I want to, I'll let you finish, but I want to just raise an issue that, or speak to an issue that you raised about the new bail law. The change in the bail law goes into effect a year from now. There may be changes to it between now and then. The county is trying to figure out how it is going to go about and administer the new bail law. Bail is an issue that, one of the many issues that the commission is looking at. So I think your question to the Sheriff's Department on the new bail law is probably a little premature.
Okay.
But when we, I know you regularly come to our commission meetings, and it's something you can
Yes,
address.
let me address something that isn't overdue. That's the decision made by the 5-member team of the ad hoc committee, Immigration Ad Hoc Committee, on whether or not we're going to implement SB 54 recommendations made by Mr. Hernan on your commission from the ad hoc committee. And I think that should be kicked to the curb. I think that you should send a letter, which I've been asking you to do, Ms. Leo Rubin. Welcome to the group, Mr. Tolentino. I appreciate you being on board, but we need a judgment here because I've asked Mr. Robert Bonner for months now to get on board with saying SB 54 is trash, that it's unsafe for citizens. And if you go back and need a video of the recommendations, I have it for you, sir. It's under a link, We the People, and I can send it to you. You had 6 recommendations that we do, and that's starting with getting ICE out of our jails and not talking to people, and I don't want that to happen. And Ms. Lael, I just am asking you again that if you guys could kind of get together and send a letter that finds SB 54 unsafe for citizens. And Mr. Tolentino, I'd appreciate it if I could get you as a judge to weigh in on that as well. Since we've had 50 cities already say SB 54 should be kicked to the curb because it's unsafe. And one of the main things you're trying to do here is keep me, the citizen, safe. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Robert Lawton,
Yes.
followed by Von Beck, followed by Rue Bryant, or Guyant, I believe it is.
Okay, we have a commotion here. This is Bob Beck, second back.
Gotcha.
Okay, every community wants immigration and customs enforcement in the jails to deport the illegal aliens that committed a serious crime after they served their sentence and are still in custody. It's easier and safer to apprehend somebody, for the ICE agent to apprehend them when they are still in custody. Well, when the ICE agents have to go into the community or workplace, then everyone gets swept up in the ICE raid. including legal aliens that committed no crime. You know, they get swept up and they get deported. And so actually the group that is most interested in separating families is the open border group. The globalists, you can recognize their globalists by their signs. One of their signs is no borders, no nation, no deportation, no ICE, ICE out of LA. Another globalist slogan is no borders, no wall, no USA at all. So I'm in favor of ICE in the jails. Thank you.
Von Beck, followed by Rue.
Why did you call my name now? We was before him.
Hold on,
We're supposed to keep order here?
hold on.
Then I'll
What's
speak
your
for
name,
myself.
sir?
My name is Nawi. You called my name.
Your name is what?
Nawi.
Robert. Gotcha, go ahead.
Anyways, now is there anybody here representing the indigenous community?
I'm sorry?
Is there anybody here representing the indigenous community on this board?
The indigenous community?
Yes.
No, I don't think so. So
Okay,
let's hear
so
from you.
that's what I want to talk about. These guys, these white supremacists here, if they come to our communities, can you please let me finish? I stayed quiet when you were talking.
I'm sorry, I'm trying.
Okay, well, get out.
Try harder.
You know what? Let's have some order here, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk and keep on interrupting.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my point is, these white supremacists come to our community pushing a white racist agenda. These people are not from the community. They come from out of town, like this clan member right here from the upland. She doesn't represent the community. So we're tired of these racist people coming out to the community, disrupting our meetings, and the sheriffs don't arrest these people. We're tired of these racists interrupting our meetings, either Cudahy, different cities throughout Los Angeles. They come here, they act like they own everything. This guy spent like 5 minutes talking, you said 2 minutes. So which is it gonna be, 2 minutes or 5 minutes?
I said we're not limiting it.
Well, okay, well.
So go ahead.
Hopefully this is fair. Again, this, Los Angeles, the original people from Los Angeles are the Tomba people. You guys never talk about the Tomba people. They were here first. Mexican people have indigenous blood. We don't recognize fake borders. And I want to tell the sheriffs, hopefully you guys work in the right side. Because if you guys side with the white supremacists, you're going to be in the wrong side of history. Thank you very much. And no ICE working, or no sheriffs working with ICE in LA County. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, a minute ago, you said you want to keep order. Well, you didn't do that. I was supposed to speak before.
All right,
before
let's
you
go
got
ahead.
that right? Thank you.
You have the.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Right here is a photo, if you will, of a police officer that was shot and killed by an illegal alien. Okay? The opponents of ICE and their ilk claim ICE and Sheriff McDonald, harm the immigrant communities. Not so. Well, they're illegal alien communities. Secondly, what about the harmful impact the legal citizens have endured because of their presence in our American communities? You do the crime, you do the time, period. And I'm totally in support of ICE and Sheriff McDonald. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Rue Guyan, followed by Patricia Schnell, followed by Arthur Shopper.
You got it right. Nice job.
I support ICE in the sheriff stations and the jails. The statistics are really hard to pull up. We do not know if that's by on purpose or they're just compiling them and it takes so long to do. But we should all take the emotion out of this and apply just logic to the situation. We want ICE in our jails because sanctuary cities, which are very prevalent in LA County, have hampered law enforcement in cracking down on crimes. There is no doubt about that. Crimes have also increased in cities that have our immigration hubs. Crimes are rising in those cities. I live in a city that is invaded by not Hispanic gangs, but of Chinese gangs. So it's not just one ethnicity, it's all. Support ICE in the jails.
Thank you.
Arthur Sharp.